Hey everyone, how's it going? Happy Friday. Back to doing my Facebook Lives on Friday this week. And happy to be doing it. I hope you're staying cool wherever you are. For me, it is incredibly hot here in the Northeast in New Hampshire. Yesterday was really hot. Today is pretty muggy. I was outside this morning taking a walk with my wife. And yeah, it's hot out there, so I hope you're staying cool and enjoying the summer weather, but don't let the heat um, keep you from getting outside, that's for sure. Um, so this week I wanted to continue our discussion on why an ancestral approach to life is kind of the basis for, or the base of my coaching practice, health coaching practice. And why I think it is probably the best approach that we can take as a whole. And last week, 2 weeks ago, we talked about kind of general overview of what an ancestral approach to living would look like. Last week we talked about food, and this week we are going to talk about movement and exercise. So movement and exercise are related. And you might be saying, well, what's the difference? Well, there's in my opinion, a big difference between what movement and exercise is and the role each one plays in someone's life it can be quite different. And so if you're wondering what the difference is, I'm going to try and do it justice today, but Katie Bowman has a series of great talks and books on this topic of movement and exercise and what movement is and what exercise is, and she does a really good job of explaining it. But in general, movement is things that are not formal exercise, right? You're not going to, exercise can be a form of movement, but it is movement in itself does not necessarily need to be exercise. So movement could be anything like walking to the bathroom, or picking up your kids, or fidgeting with a pencil, or moving your feet around. Things that you just do in everyday life: washing dishes, gardening, mowing the grass, going for a walk outside. Those are all great examples of movement, whereas exercise is something I would consider a little bit more formal, right? I'm going to go to the gym. I've set aside this time. I might be following a specific program or routine that I have laid out for myself. I'm going to go for a run. I want to go for a 30-minute run, or I'm going to go do some squats and some bench pressing, and I'm going to do some lunges, and I'm really going to focus on training my body in a certain way to provide a specific adaptation that I'm looking for. So movement is just general everyday life, what you do. And then exercise is a more formal form of movement that has a purpose of trying to get better, or trying to perform some kind of adaptation, whether that's adding muscle or getting faster, or something like that, right? So that's at a high level of differences. Now, which one is more important? Well, in my opinion, you might think that I am going to say exercise, but actually I don't think exercise is more important. I think movement is more important. And the reason is because there are a lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot of people, but there are a lot of people that that exercise quite frequently, right? Maybe they exercise 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week or more, but they don't move a lot, right? And a lot of people don't move a lot. That's part of a problem with our health today, is that we don't move a lot. We spend a lot of time sitting in our cars, watching TV, eating, at our desks during the day, working, and we're not moving. I mean, look at what I'm doing right now. I'm at my standing desk, right? I'm standing up. While I'm not moving, I have a little bit more muscles engaged than I would be if I was sitting. So it's somewhat better. And I tend to move around. I shift my weight. I have you can't see, but I have what's called a fidget bar underneath. I can put my leg up and swing it back and forth. I have a foot roller underneath that, which I can roll out the bottoms of my feet. So while I'm standing and maybe not moving so much, I am moving around a little bit. And I constantly, take breaks from my desk to go for a walk, or like I did this morning with my wife, or just go get some water, or go to the bathroom, or whatnot. So I'm pretty much standing the entire day and moving around quite frequently. But a lot of people don't do that. They're sitting most of the day, like I said, in a car, on the chair, at the desk, on their butts watching TV. And they actually don't get a lot of movement in throughout the day. And when you look at, if we just look at, there's a lot of benefits to movement. But if, most people get concerned about the calorie expenditure, right? They're like, oh, I worked out and burned so many calories today. I'm going to lose weight or whatever, if that's your goal. But if you look at it in totality, if you had moved throughout your day, you would have burned a bunch more calories through movement throughout the day than you would have during an hour of exercise. So if you're looking at to burn calories through exercise, you're actually better off just moving frequently throughout the day than going to the gym for an hour and sitting on your butt the rest of the day. So, and there's tons of other benefits that come with movement, right? We're engaging our muscles, we're moving around, we're keeping our joints limber, we're not fixed in a certain position that locks us up, we're not hunched forward, we're up, we're moving our, in different directions, engaging muscles. And if you're getting outside, which you should be trying to do at some point during your day, for just some general movement, you're getting sunlight in your eyes, which can help you sleep better, you're getting vitamin D, you're getting exposed to just nature outside, which has a ton of benefits. You're relaxing, you're taking a break from staring at the screens, you're moving your eyes around, looking at all the stuff outside, looking in the distance, looking things close to you. So just movement in general and getting outside has a bunch of additional benefits besides even the calories that you burn for your health. So that's why I think that the most important thing for everyone to do every day is to move a lot. If you move a lot during the day, then really your exercise becomes optional, right? It's that icing on the cake. It's that thing that can get you that adaptation that you're looking for, right? So no longer are you moving, you're exercising because you want to burn calories. You're exercising because you already burnt enough calories a day, right? Because you've been moving. You're exercising because you want to build that muscle, or you want to run a faster 5K, or you want to be able to deadlift 2 times your body weight, or squat 2 times your body weight. You can actually train towards a specific goal as opposed to just worrying about, oh, I need to burn some calories because I've been sitting on my butt all day for 23 hours. So if we think about movement and exercise and how this relates back to what our ancestors did, our ancestors moved all the time, pretty much all day long, right? Because they needed to find food, they needed to find shelter, and so they were moving a lot. They had to go hunt and gather and pick berries and fruits and vegetables and whatnot, or they're tracking some game or whatnot, right? And then occasionally they did some type of strenuous thing, right? They had to lift a bunch of logs or rocks, or carry a bunch of water back to camp. They had to build shelters. They had to sprint really fast because they were chasing an animal, or maybe they were being chased by an animal. So they occasionally put in some strenuous form of exercise, and they, quote unquote exercise. It wasn't exercise then, it was just surviving. But they were moving a lot throughout the day. And we see this a lot in today's hunter-gatherers, modern day hunter-gatherers, where they're moving a lot throughout the day, and then occasionally they have some form of high intensity type of exercise or movement that gets thrown in for something very specific for a very short period of time. But it's a staple. They move a lot every day, and they're in different positions, and they're not sitting, right? Lots of even modern day hunter-gatherers don't have the concept of what a chair is, right? They're squatting. If they need to get down low, they sit and squat, but they're still engaging those muscles. They're still putting their body in different positions. They don't have chairs, they don't have lazy boys, they don't have couches. Those are all great things. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have them in your life, but I'm saying that, use them. Those should be the exception. to the way you spend your day and not pretty much the majority of the way you spend your day. I only pretty much sit during the day at certain times, and that's when I'm eating. So I'll sit down and I'll eat my lunch or my breakfast or dinner. And then at night, I will sit for a few hours when I finally kids go to bed and I can finally sit down and watch some TV or do some work or whatever on the couch. I will sit on the couch there. But outside of that, I'm pretty much always standing or moving or doing something throughout the day, and just try to stay active and engage my muscles and make my body better. So that's the why I think, again, like our ancestors modeled this very nicely for us. They moved a lot. They moved at a low intensity, just throughout the day, every day, just staying active, trying to survive. But since we don't have that need to move in order to survive, we have the option to sit down, and obviously that's easier to do. But if you move a lot more, it's better for your health, right? You're going to be burning more calories. You're going to be exposing yourself outside to the sunlight, to the environment. You're going to be putting your body in different positions. You're not going to lose the ability to get down on a squat, for example. You're going to keep that all active and those muscles engaged and that muscle memory with you, as opposed to losing it. So keep that in mind, and that's pretty much what I want to talk about today. Movement and exercise, and try to move like our ancestors did, and exercise occasionally, icing on the cake when you have time to. Should be completely optional and for a very specific purpose. Obviously, if you're an athlete, you're going to probably do a little bit more exercise than the everyday individual. But again, this is just the basis of everyone, right? It applies to everyone, everyone's health. And then we can tweak that based on your goals. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope everyone has a solid weekend this weekend. Spend some time with your family, get some time outside, do all that fun stuff, and move frequently, and maybe get in some exercise if you want, but do it outside. And just a reminder, you can always sign up for my newsletter to get these videos emailed directly to you every week, in case you miss them. So you can go to my website, rjbhealth.coach. There's a link at the top that says newsletter. You click on that, enter your name and email address, you sign up, and then every Sunday usually I send out a link to the video replay for this week's Facebook Live. And then usually sometime midweek I send out a link to a weekly blog post that I post. And then occasionally I might send out a few other things throughout the week that you might find interesting. So I encourage you to sign up for that so you don't have to worry about missing any of the great content. And if you're interested in any kind of coaching, learning how an ancestral health approach to life can make you a better person and improve your health, please reach out to me. Shoot me a direct message, Facebook or Instagram. Leave a comment here. Head over to my website to schedule a one-on-one call, and I'm happy to talk to you more about that. With that, I'll talk to you all next week. I hope everyone has a good weekend. Bye.